Tari Eason is one of the more versatile prospects coming out of the 2022 NBA draft this past summer. At 6'8", 215 pounds, and a 7'2" wingspan, Tari has the physical gifts of the prototypical wing every NBA team needs in 2022. Selected with the 17th pick by the Houston Rockets, Eason slipping in the draft was a blessing for Houston, finding a player who is a real-life Energizer bunny on the court. In the small stretch of games we've seen from Eason, Tari has already shown he has an expanded skill set with his relentless activity rebounding the basketball, active hands in passing lanes disrupting offenses, and ability to make plays on offense without having them drawn up for him. For how important versatility is in the league right now, Tari is the steal of the NBA draft and for what he can provide. Let's start off with Tari's rebounding. Tari is a workhorse when the ball is loose for grabs. He has an uncanny knack of knowing where to position himself after a missed shot that puts him in the best spot to grab the rebound. Even at 6'8", he has the ability to muscle down low and still battle with bigger forwards who are also battling for the loose rebound as well. If you don't put a body on Tari or attempt to box him out, you're essentially giving the Rockets an extra possession on the floor. Look at this play against the Raptors in the preseason. On this play, Tari Eason sitting in the corner and Daishen Nix is driving to the basket, and before Nix can even finish his shot attempt, Tari Eason's already sprinting to the basket to clean up the mess. Not a single Raptors players box out Tari Eason, leaving him open, allowing him to get a putback offensive rebound and putting in 2 points for the Rockets. Again, from the corner, Eason knows where he's supposed to be. This is a guy that has insane ability to know where the ball is at and has a high motor to go up immediately after getting the rebound. In the first game of the regular season, you can see Sengun's in the post. Tari Eason's finding different areas to attack from the rim, cutting to the basket after KPJ misses. KPJ misses the shot, Eason sees that no one boxes him out, able to tip the ball in, 3 offensive rebounds, and then finally finishes the board. The Rockets were the worst rebounding team last year, which in turn led into missed opportunities on offense and more possessions for their opponents. But Tari has already shown that his rebounding ability is an asset that has already left a positive impact for the Rockets. Rebounding is only scratching the surface when it comes to Tari Eason's game. The hustle doesn't stop on the boards, but only continues on the defensive side as well. Tari is long enough to stay in front of most guards and has the strength to not get bullied by forwards his size when playing defense. It allows the Rockets to put out different lineups that allow their forwards Tari and even Jabari Smith Jr. to have free roam on offense and defense to switch when needed. Along with that, Tari stays active in the passing lanes and where the ball is at, poking the ball loose if the ball handler isn't aware of where Tari Eason is at. This is just another play of how Tari Eason can affect the offense while not being the primary defender on the play at the moment. You have Max Strus coming off a pick and roll who's not a great ball handler. He's coming over the pick and you can see that Tari Eason sees the ball, pokes it loose, which leads to a transition bucket for the Rockets. Defense leading to offense, which is the name of the game for every team in the NBA. While sitting in the corner, you would think that he would have to sit high on the corner, but with his long length, he's able to disrupt that play, able to create a turnover, which leads to a transition bucket. Fast hands create disruption for the offense, which can lead to turnovers, which leads to more buckets. Able to poke the ball loose again, Gary Trent Jr. had no chance, leads to another bucket for Jalen Green. Highlight plays. And on the inbound play, you see that Tari Eason seals off his defender, and like I said before, with his long length at 6'8" and a 7'2" wingspan, he's able to tip that ball and catch it, creating a turnover. And on the top of that, like I said before, Tari Eason has a very loaded skill set and is able to dime Daishen Nix with a crazy bounce pass. If only Daishen could have finished, it would have led to another fast break bucket. A lot of Tari Eason's game on the defensive end reminds me of a young Kawhi Leonard on the San Antonio Spurs. Active hands and a high motor can make the weakest of NBA defenders much better, and with Tari's physique and athleticism, he looks even more menacing on the court because he's able to do much more than what many people expect him to do on defense. For the Rockets' benefit, I think it's immensely important that Tari plays as many minutes as possible. You can't teach hustle and effort, and Tari, on the defensive end, provides an extra boost for a team that was incredibly small last year and one of the bottom tier defenses last season. And the last point I want to bring up is Tari's offensive potential and what he's already shown so far that is very exciting for the future. Tari in the pre-draft process was regarded as raw in the half-court set and would need work in that area. Part of that is true, but I think a bit of that is stretched out as if he's a negative on offense, and that couldn't be far from the truth. Tari has shown he's been able to knock down the catch and shoot 3 ball primarily well, shooting 35% from 3 in his last season in college and 45% in 4 games in the preseason. I don't expect Tari Eason to turn into Steve Kerr, but Tari seems to be reliable from deep if defenses decide to send help to Jalen Green or Kevin Porter Jr. on their drives. Tari is also a good finisher at the rim, and I would predict will most likely catch a few unexpected posters if a defender tries to rise with him, especially in transition. He also can take a few guys off the dribble, which isn't his strongest ability, but can bully himself into the paint where he can finish under the basket and put the defender in an unfavorable position. And if the shot isn't there, Tari has shown he's a willing passer that makes the pass to help others get into a better spot on the floor or to get the Rockets offense back into the right set or motion. All in all, Tari Eason looks like the steal of the draft that too many teams should not have passed on. The Rockets drafted a 6'8" Swiss Army knife that is already on go and ready to make an impact on O and D. I think Tari should most certainly, with his skill set, make an all-rookie team as long as the Houston Rockets utilize him this season and don't have him sitting idly on the bench over players ahead of him. In the Summer League, Tari Eason impressed basically everyone, including Rockets fans and a lot of scouts who had him very low on their draft boards. And you could just see from what I said in this video that he has an immense skill set that can provide a lot to any type of team, but especially a rebuilding team. And I think that especially for a younger player that has a very high skill set, I love the fact that he's high motor and loves to go after the ball whenever the ball is loose. Those type of plays, hustling for the ball, rebounding, playing defense, finding guys open, being a willing passer. I love what Tari Eason brings to the game, and I think that with his ability for the Rockets, he's going to be a very special player, even if he was drafted 17th overall. I think he's going to make a lot of GMs slap themselves in the face for not taking a chance on this guy. I'm interested to see how Tari improves this season and what will become for the remainder of his career. Ferrari Tari has already started on the right track. Let me know your thoughts on Tari Eason in the comment section. Be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, and turn that post notification bell on so you never miss a video. Until next time, stay on beat.